This holiday season, we're going to create new norms. We're going to create new habits. We're going to create new family traditions. And I'm talking about with money, right? I mean, like, we get around the table holiday time and we're going to talk about how cousin so and so gained weight, auntie so and so ain't leave her husband yet, but ain't nobody talking about money. And it takes a village to raise a child, right? It takes community to elevate. We need family. We need to start making traditions. Get around that table while we talk about food. You know what I'm saying? While we talk about certain seasons of TV shows and TV series, we need to talk about how we gonna get this money together, right? And it takes community. So just think about it for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Think about like a family of Mexicans, right? The head of the household, he starts the business, right? But he got his wife doing the paperwork and you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. And he got the son, you know what I mean, doing the advertising and the you know what I'm saying, the daughter is making the website. That's community. You know what I'm saying? Because the business ain't just for him. The business ain't just for him, but by doing it as a community, they're elevating faster. You know what I'm saying? A lot of time we want to be the one man show. We want to, I got it, I could do everything. But community is what's going to help you elevate and it's going to get you there faster. You probably got somebody that has a specific talent, they could work on that. And you probably got somebody that they got another talent, they could work on that. You know what I'm saying? And everybody individually participate in the growth of the family. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not? We do it about everything else. We talk about everything else. We participate in everything else. But ain't nobody talking about money at these family events. You know what I'm saying? So let's make it a tradition, man. Let's get out here and Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner. Let's talk about money for a little bit. Let's talk about how we gonna get our first rental property. Let's talk about how we gonna boost so and so credit because everybody else credit decent except his. You know what I'm saying? It takes a village. And you got some people out here that'll get it out the mud, do it on their own. But why not do it as a family? You got three siblings, a mom and a dad. That's a team of five. You know what I'm saying? That's dollars combined. That's skills combined. That's time combined. You know what I'm saying? This holiday season, we are going to make a sit down, you know what I'm saying? Whether just for an hour, 30 minutes, whatever, we're going to make this a new tradition. You know what I'm saying? So if you part of the family or want to be part of the family, all you got to do is like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting at the table with y'all here right now, and I'm going to make sure I do this on a yearly basis with the family so we can elevate. So really take into consideration of sitting down with your family, making a plan, and executing that plan. You ain't got to do it all alone. Just sit with your family, eat some food, have a good time, and take a little bit of time out to talk about some money. And I'm telling y'all can elevate so much quicker. You know what I'm saying? You got certain cultures where that's normal for them. You know what I'm saying? You got a Middle Eastern culture where they'll open a corner store. You know what I'm saying? And you got you know what I'm saying? You got the wife in the back, you got the son picking up the night shift. It's community. It's community. And I feel like other cultures might be a little better at this community aspect. But as Americans, we got to get on that same page. We got to get on that same page and we got to be like, okay, as a family, we got to do this together, right? So while you eating your turkey, while you unwrapping gifts, or after you unwrap gifts, whatever it is, take that little bit of time out. Be like, okay, this how we gonna make this person better. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at this person's resume. Let's elevate their resume. All right, now let's do a soft pull on everybody credit. Let's see who got the worst credit. Let's build their credit up. You know what I'm saying? Let's get everybody LLCs. You know what I'm saying? That's what we doing this Christmas. This Christmas, we getting everybody LLCs. Whether you got a business idea or not, we getting everybody LLCs this Christmas. As a team, as a family, as a community, we getting everybody LLCs. But let's start prioritizing community as a family, as a group, as friends, as a race. You know what I mean? Whatever you identify yourself as, whatever you consider a family, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you got some people out there, you ain't in love with your brothers and sisters and aunties and uncles, but you created a new family. Well, sit down with that family. Help each other elevate. Help each other elevate. We too busy trying to figure out how can we get off of the next person, right? How can we, oh, we know cousin, cousin that with the big house, cousin with the big house and the farm, you know what I'm saying, up the road. We know every time he come around, he be handing out money. So we know that all we got to do is get the password to his bank account, and you know what I'm saying, we all gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been to Thanksgiving events where people were sitting there plotting on, okay, well, and maybe not necessarily a family member, but sitting there plotting on, okay, well, you know what I'm saying, I got this neighbor over here and they usually gone between 9 and 4. You know what I'm saying? Let's pop through the window. You know what I'm saying? And that's community, but that's community with the wrong energy. That's community with the wrong energy. But this holiday season, we're gonna start a new tradition. We're gonna normalize talking about finances amongst our family, right? Somebody gonna have a better idea than what you got. Somebody's gonna go through something financially that you have not been through already. So you might be struggling with something currently. You know what I'm saying? You might be going through, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? IRS just hit me for a lot of money. I gotta pay it all at once. And then you got another family member been through that already and be like, well, nah, you could pay them in increments and it's all good. But community, let's make new norms this holiday season. While we sitting around the table, let's talk about this money, man, and how we gonna do better for ourselves, how we gonna do better for the generation following us. You know what I'm saying? You can leave a legacy. You can leave stuff behind. You can change the game for your last name. But if you ain't talking about this money stuff at the dinner table, then a lot of stuff gonna stay the same. Bars. So let's make a new norm, man. Let's prioritize talking about money for the holidays. For the holidays. And speaking about family, I'm gonna drop some more products coming next year. I'm gonna drop some products for the family. I'm gonna probably even drop like a free course or so, you know what I'm saying, on certain money topics, whether it's credit, you know what I'm saying. Y'all know I'm a stock market investor, top to bottom, day trade, swing trade, buy and hold, all of that, stocks, ETFs. So I sit on this all day, every day, watching Bloomberg, reading Wall Street Journal, reading books, articles. So as my part of the family, as me being a part of the family to my community, if you're watching this on YouTube or listening to this on the podcast, and my part as a player in the family is to hit you with this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because I do this for fun. I do this for fun. I got years of experience in different, you know what I'm saying, in different situations in regards to money. I research money for fun. I got an accountant. That's, you know what I'm saying? My dad is an accountant. I got friends that do the same thing. So use me as a resource. And all you gotta do is like and subscribe to join the family. Like and subscribe. Follow me on the YouTube podcast. If you're hearing this on the Apple Podcast, listen to me on a weekly basis. And this is how I give out to my family. Coming out, like I mentioned before, I'm gonna be coming out with some courses. You know what I'm saying, to give to the family. I ain't never gonna come out with nothing to take your head off that costs too much. But this is me trying to be a patriarch for my family, starting for my family community on the web. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta know me personally to be family. You know what I'm saying? You hit that like and subscribe button, you family. Take my information, implement it in your life, and you can switch your life around like I did mine. So I'm happy y'all here, man. I'm happy y'all watching. I love community, and I'm glad that you're a part of it, right? But we got to start new norms this coming year. And when I say this coming year, I mean, don't do the same New Year's wish list. We ain't doing that this year. We ain't doing that this year. We ain't doing the same, okay, well, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds and stop going to the gym by February 15th. We're not doing that this year. This year, we're staying 10 toes down. And you could pick one thing a year. You know what I'm saying? Pick one thing a year. Be like, okay, well, this year, I'm gonna watch, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch Mike the Money Motivator videos because I wanna learn day trading this year. Or I'm gonna watch all of his Sunday swing trade setups because I work during the day, so I can't day trade, but I wanna do swing trading. Cool. Or this year, I wanna get a second job to pay off all my debts. Bet. You know what I'm saying? That's making a plan and sticking to the action. Because way more important than making the plan is you got to pursue the plan. You know what I'm saying? You got to take the first step. A lot of us, you know what I'm saying? We got brilliant ideas and amazing skills, but taking the first step, getting the LLC. You know what I'm saying? It's small steps. You know what I mean? Everybody want to leave the corporate plantation. You want to leave your 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? I know you want to. I know you want to. But don't worry so much about the perfections of it and how you're going to get there, because time is going to get you there. You're going to get better at what you're doing. Then you're going to start delegating stuff. You know what I'm saying? And this is community. And you're gonna start delegating stuff like, okay, well, I did all of the editing for my videos, but now I need to get to another point in my business. So now I gotta have little bro or little cousin, my cousin, editing my videos. So that way I'm not spending so much time doing it, right? But by just starting your journey, starting investing. When I first started investing, I bought a trashy stock. I didn't know what I was doing, but it got my feet wet to where, you know what I mean? I learned a little bit more, but I actually got the process. I actually started. I actually hit the purchase button and bought 2 shares. And then I was able to just see what it did. You know what I'm saying? On a day-to-day basis, it go up, it go down, but over the long period of time, it go up. And by getting my feet wet, by getting started and initiating, you know what I'm saying, is what got me in love with the process. What showed me that I could put my money in one place and it could go to work just like I'm, going to work and clocking in, just like I'm hitting the record button on this thing and putting my time into the effort. My money was doing the same thing for me. That's community. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, I got a topic for today. Today is about community and what you want your money to do. You want your money to also be a community, right? You want your money to bring you additional money, right? So you want money to bring you additional money, but you also want money to protect you from using your credit cards. You know what I'm saying? You want a nice solid financial foundation. So that way, you know what I'm saying, when you get hit with jabs, life come with that regardless. You know what I'm saying? Life come with, you know what I'm saying, a jab, left hook, right hook, you know what I'm saying? So if you have a community of dollars, of assets, you know what I'm saying? Let's say, for instance, you got a house and you got a 401k, and you got a couple stocks, and you got a savings account. And you got an uncle that left you behind, you know what I'm saying, a bar of gold that he been hiding for a long time. Because and you got a late payment, now you got a late payment on your house and a couple late payments, and they want to do a foreclosure on you, or the bank want to take the house. Because you have a community of assets, a community of resources, which is called diversification. Because you got that, you don't have to use a credit card to go ahead and pay that mortgage and get you paid back up. You may not even have to touch your 401k. You know what I'm saying? And for most people, their 401k is the largest growth asset. You know what I'm saying? Your 401k, if outside of your house might, the price of your house might go up faster than your 401k. Probably not, but the 401k is most people's fastest growing asset. So you want to leave that alone. I was looking on Yahoo Finance the other day, and literally the percentage of people taking loans or withdrawing from their 401k is increasing. It's increasing. It's increasing. You know what I'm saying? More and more people are taking out of their 401ks. But if you have other assets, if you are putting $20 a paycheck into the S&P 500, the goal is to not touch that. But what you're also doing is you're creating a buffer. You know what I'm saying? You're creating a buffer for if something happened, because things always happen. You know what I'm saying? It's keeping you out of your credit cards. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know if you tired of swiping credit cards. Because I got tired of swiping credit card. You know what I mean? Unless you're just trying to finesse the credit card for the cashback rewards and you're not paying any interest on the money, you know what I'm saying? Then that's cool. But that is community, right? So you want your dollars to have a community. You know what I'm saying? You want a community of dollars. You want a community of assets. And you don't want to we ain't talking about putting stacks of money in a shoebox. We ain't talking about that's money that gets depreciated, devalued. I'm talking about actual assets. You know what I'm saying? A home, stocks, 401k, gold, you know what I'm saying? Maybe even an art painting, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, we got to turn our dollars into community, right? So this holiday season, man, we talking to our family as community, but we also making our money community at the same time. It takes a village, you know what I'm saying? So your dollars gotta be a village for themselves, you know what I'm saying? When you get paid, how am I gonna turn this money, which is a depreciating asset, into assets? That's what we talking about this holiday season. How am I gonna take my depreciating asset that I put my time and energy for that I'm not gonna get back? How can I turn that into community? How can I turn that into more dollars by just placing it somewhere? We gotta focus on community, starting with our family and friends, and then turning our dollars into a community. You know what I'm saying? And with community, the more participants you have, is the faster growth. You know what I mean? The faster growth. So, usually initially when you start investing, it's like, okay, well, I'm just getting pennies. I'm just getting, you know what I'm saying? But when I'm kicking the 401k to my coworkers, that's, first job or whatever, they're like, how you got so much money in there? It's like, because it's been years. It's been years. So, you know what I mean? While you putting in, $200 a paycheck, mine's is accumulating $400 a day on its own. You know what I'm saying? Working on its own community, community, community. We gotta start working as a community, as a family, as friends, but we also have to make our dollars work for us. Let me know if you hear me. Let me know if you hear me. This holiday season, we creating new norms. We're creating new habits of community. Get our family on board with a mission, create a plan, whatever it is. If you got to get a spreadsheet, if you got to pull out a chalkboard, if you got to pull out a dry erase marker, you know what I'm saying? If y'all all got to sit there with pen and paper or an iPad and pen and pencil, you know what I'm saying? And look at everybody's profile. How much credit card debt do you have? How much, you know what I'm saying? What's your credit score? You know what I'm saying? And if y'all trust each other enough, y'all start a business and combine all y'all, get an LLC and everybody get business credit. And y'all combine all y'all business credit together and then, you know what I'm saying? Y'all elevate that way. That ain't something I'm recommending for everybody. I know all family members can't be trusted with money. But if y'all wanted to take it serious and y'all wanted to make sure, you know what I'm saying? One of the reasons, to be real, one of the reasons why I take this so serious is not just because I love it, not just because I like nice things and I want my free time. I want retirement to look different. I don't want retirement to be like where I'm just bedridden by the time I finally finish start working. Nah, I want to retire at a younger age. I want to live off of my own efforts and my dollars working for me. You know what I'm saying? But I also don't want my daughter to have to go through, you know what I'm saying? If she could start off with if she could start off with a better situation than I did, then you know what I'm saying? That's already giving her a heads up. Hey baby, I'm doing a podcast right now. Love you too. Bye. So start with these conversations with your family. We talking about community and how we gonna get together to establish a business, establish business credit. But we also gonna make sure that everyone is building their community of assets, right? Diversification. Diversification, if you never heard of diversification before, it's not putting all of your eggs in one basket. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, when you diversify your assets, you have assets working in a good, all assets don't work great in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? Like if the stock market is crashing, the housing market might be going up. So by diversifying your assets, you always have something working for you in a certain period of time, right? So say you invest in the stock market, you got your 401k and you invest in the S&P 500. And literally, like when I talk about investing in the S&P 500, me personally, yeah, I add extra. You know what I'm saying? I add extra and I buy individual stocks to try to outperform the market. But my S&P 500 investment is literally just on a consistent basis, $20 every 2 weeks, $40 a month is what I have automatically. I'm not putting it in myself. I'm automatically, it's doing it on its own. It's automatically reinvesting this $20, $40 a month into the S&P 500. Just like the 401k is automatic, S&P 500 is automatic. And if I want to do any extra, I do that. But I know that guarantee every time I get paid, I'm paying myself back. I'm investing in my future, building my community of dollars. You know what I'm saying? On an automatic. So that's what we got to do this year, man. Stop playing around. Stop trying to be a one man band. You know what I'm saying? It's one band, one sound. This Thanksgiving, we drumline in it. One band, one sound. We not individually doing this solo no more. Not after this holiday season. You know what I'm saying? So every holiday season, I'm gonna sit down with y'all. We gonna sit down as a family, and we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it and create new norms. And we starting this holiday season. We starting this holiday season. Everybody pull out your business. Pull out your business. Everybody know each other business. We talking about bad about each other anyway. You know what I'm saying? Let's put that energy into something else. Let's elevate. But you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying before, yeah, I like nice stuff. I want to live off of my own efforts and not have to leave the house that much to, you know what I'm saying, make money or whatever. But ultimately, I think about the information that I wish I had at a younger age. You know what I'm saying? If I knew what I know now, I would have acted on it. You know what I'm saying? I would have been more well off or more wealthy than I am. But I also think about, you know what I'm saying, life at certain times where, you know what I'm saying, we had to stretch. I had to stretch, in your early 20s, you don't have no savings, you don't have nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? If it's a loaf of bread that you gotta stretch, then you know what I'm saying? I don't want my daughter to ever have to go through that. So she will already have a leg up on how I started out. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then it's kind of like just leaving, you know what I'm saying? Leaving incremental things throughout life. It's like, okay, well, have her set up initially with the savings account, 401k, you know what I mean? For when she first leave the house, let her leave with a car, a 401k, and a savings account. Then after she get out of college, you know what I'm saying, hit her with something else. And then boom, and then just continuously as life continues, you know what I'm saying, she buy her house, get her some furniture. And then, you know what I'm saying, when you pass, leave that big life insurance lump sum. Or you could even have investments that pay on a regular basis and you never cash out on those. You pass that down to your kid and have your kid just keep, you know what I'm saying, and leave that dividend payment in the family where you have a guaranteed 3-month payment throughout family history. I don't think y'all hearing me. If you say SCHD, right? SCHD is a dividend paying ETF, and what an ETF a is a group of stocks. It's not an individual stocks, but it's a group of stocks based on a specific thing. So SCHD is a dividend paying stock. So what they do is they pick some of the highest dividend paying companies. And a dividend is when a company pays you either every 3 months or every month, and they pay shareholders for being shareholders. So of course, as you grow, you want to reinvest. You know what I'm saying? You want to reinvest that money. But when it's time for you to want, you know what I mean, a recurring paycheck for yourself, you allow the dividend to, you know what I mean, pay you. Now you're not reinvesting the dividend no more. You're using the dividend for spending. SCHD is $29 a share, right? And it's diversified. You know what I'm saying? It's diversified. You see, it got 20% in financials, 14% in healthcare, 13% in consumer defense. So each financials, that's banks, healthcare, that's hospitals. So those are companies that pay higher dividends. So if you look at the top 10, it even shows you. You know what I'm saying? You got Home Depot, BlackRock, UPS, and these companies pay high dividends. So SCHD pays a dividend every 3 months, right? And you just leave this behind. What is SCHD's dividend every 3 months? All right, so SCHD dividend is, it's not even telling me. Hold on. How much is it? All right, we're gonna see how much the dividend is every 3 months. And this is literally creating a paycheck. So it is 75 cents per share every 3 months, right? And that's how you create a recurring paycheck for you, for your family. Now, of course, it's going to grow over time, but it's not going to grow as fast as other investments. It's not going to grow nearly as fast as the S&P 500. So that should be your main investment, is the S&P 500. But when you talk about community and you talk about leaving behind something for your family, SCHD is a 3 month, it pays you every 3 months 75 cents per share. And it's only 29 cent. So 29 cent times four, let's say we get hold on. $29, my bad. So $29 times four. If you get 4 shares, that's $116, right? So if you every 2 weeks get 4 shares, right? Every 2 weeks you get 4 shares, or every month. Every month you get 4 shares. Now you got four times what? 4 times 12. 4 times 12 is 48. So you got 48 shares, 48 shares at 75 cent, right? So let's do the math. 48, that's $36. $36 in 1 year of what I say, like 116 a month, $36. So you do that for 5 years, right? $36 times five. That's $180 off of 5 years of investing $100 something a month. 5 years, now you have that $180 every 3 months on a recurring basis, right? That's a lifetime paycheck every 3 months. You know what I'm saying? But you take the dividend, you want to reinvest the dividend because you want the dividend to eventually start paying for the shares. You know what I'm saying? So you build it up enough to where now the dividend is being reinvested. So every 3 months, now you have that dividend. Once the dividend get up to the share price, which is not a fast growing asset, so it's not going to, over years it's not going to be much more than that $30, right? But you get that dividend up to, after 2 or 3 years, where you get that dividend up to, you know what I'm saying, 30 something dollars, or by then it'd be 40 something dollars a share. Then you now have the dividend, keep purchasing it by itself. Now you don't have to add money no more, because every 3 months you're buying another share. And of course, if you add more money, it'll build your dividend payment faster. But you know what I'm saying? That's how you can buy a consistent paycheck for yourself, by collecting dividends. You know what I'm saying? And because it's a ETF is a group of stocks. So say if you wanted to do that with a single stock like Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola has been paying a consistent dividend for over 52 years. But say if Coca-Cola decides to stop paying a dividend, then your plan on that recurring income is now shut down. and you have all these stocks of Coca-Cola for that specific basis. But an ETF or mutual fund that's specifically for dividend payments, if a company stops paying a dividend, it will be removed from that mutual fund, giving you that guarantee that you will continue to get that dividend every 3 months, creating a paycheck for yourself, right? A consistent every 3 month paycheck for yourself, whether that's, you know what I'm saying? And of course, $170 ain't a lot every 3 weeks, but you know, who can't use an extra what 600? Who can't use an extra 600 a month? Or that's 2, 4, 6, 8. Who can't use an extra 800 a year? You know what I'm saying? And to be real, 800 a year is, probably not going to be too beneficial to you, but it's something that you can leave behind. It's something that you could leave behind to your younger family. You know what I'm saying? While inflation is still increasing and buying a home is getting harder, but the wage ain't increasing as much as inflation. You know what I'm saying? Whoever coming up under us is gonna need it a lot more. You know what I'm saying? I know you hear old heads say it all the time, man. When I was 18 years old, I bought my first house. We had a farm. I bought your mama a car. She wasn't even working, and y'all just sitting around in my house. That's because it wasn't as crazy. That's because stuff wasn't as expensive. You know what I mean? But over time, inflation will go up. So you need to create a family of investments. You need to sit down with your family and y'all plan together. You know what I'm saying? This is how, you know what I'm saying? Businesses have business meetings. So families need to have family meetings. Organizations have meetings. You know what I'm saying? The KKK, they wasn't just going out and just riding on people. They were meeting up first. They were planning. They were, you know what I'm saying, boosting each other up. And you know what I'm saying? Groups and organizations have meetings. And if you ask me, a family is a group or organization. Y'all building generations with each other. Y'all building time with each other. Y'all building memories with each other. Let's build wealth together, man. Let's build wealth together. We're going to make it a new norm starting this year. The holidays, we just, Thanksgiving just passed, Halloween passed. We still got Christmas. We still got New Year's. Some people probably got December birthdays. We going to be around each other a lot. And you slipping if you're not talking about money when you're around your family. You know what I'm saying? So, community, community, community. Sit down with your family. Make a business plan. Delegate tasks. It's one person in your family that has an alpha male, you know what I'm saying, that has a leadership, you know what I'm saying, that got a little, you know what I'm saying, a little something with them to where they could, you know what I'm saying, kind of be the head of this and manage it and make sure that you have regular Zoom meetings every 3 months, making sure everybody doing what they're supposed to do. But why be out here trying to figure things out on your own when you can do it as a community, right? Takes a village to raise a child. It takes an army to fight a war. And it also takes a family to change the legacy. It takes a family, it takes a family of assets. You know what I'm saying? Diversification. Don't just have all your money in your 401k. We're not doing that. Our 401k can't be just alone as an asset. We have to create a family of assets. That's how you build wealth. The 401k it's traditional. Nobody ever got wealth the traditional way. You know what I'm saying? Before the 401k, yeah. Before the 401k, they had pensions. And pension would guarantee like a lifetime payment. But of course, companies realize that's very costly. We're going to put retirement in their own hands, and it's going to be their own dollars invested in an account that they don't even know how to set up properly. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure 80% of people that have a 401k did not set up their 401k correctly enough to get better gains and better growth. You know what I mean? But if they had community, if they would have talked to the right person, if they would have had somebody in their corner to be like, listen, I see you set up your 401k. I'm glad you did that, but you're missing out on returns because of the way you set it up. Community. From now on, we not hating on nothing that nobody got that we don't have. We not hating because you know what I'm saying. My homegirl husband do for her, and he don't sleep around. We not hating on her for that. We finding out what were the qualities that he showed when we first met, so you could kind of look for the same thing. We not talk about, oh, I hate my best friend now because of the car he drive. I wanted to be the one with that whip. Nah, bro. We not doing that no more. We not doing that no more. From this year on, we doing community. We doing community. No more hating, no more solo missions, no more, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The world is like a large canvas. It's a large ocean. But if you going to go ahead and try to swim across that thing by yourself, when you can have community build a strong enough raft to get you to that other side. You know what I'm saying? It takes it takes a village. It takes a village. You got some solo artists out here that, you know, they get to the bag on their own, but then they eventually start to implement. They eventually be like, okay, well, now I need my wife to take over this part. Now I need my son to take over this part. Now I need my brother to take over this part, right? Every year we get together, we sit at the table, we laugh, we joke, we cry, we have fun. Starting this holiday season, we talking about money. We talk about how we gonna elevate ourselves, how we gonna elevate each other, how we gonna have our kids put in a better position. So our last name can be a Ronald McDonald. You know what I'm saying? A Kellogg's. How can our name be an asset? Our last name be an asset? We got an average of 50 to 60, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes 70, 80 years in this life. There is no excuse that you can't at some point be rich in this life, but there's for sure no excuse that your family can't elevate. There's for sure no excuse that your children can't live better than you are or you have. You know what I'm saying? Every generation should do better, even though times get harder. Every generation should do better than the generation before, in my opinion. And if that's not the case, then there's a problem. There's a problem because your life experiences, your knowledge, you being a subscriber to Mike the Money Motivator, that means that you're starting assets for your children when they're young. You're starting retirement and savings accounts when your kids are young. If you don't have kids, you got a niece, you got a nephew. Start them off because that small amount that you invest in for them, it's gonna take them a lot. It's gonna take it a lot further. So you like, all right, well, okay, I'll put $100 in, and then you go 4 years without investing another dollar. But then you invest another 20. That's all right, because that money been working this whole time. And it's not a lot, but it's way better than when you started off. You know what I'm saying? That money been working this whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like I put I put into my daughter's retirement account. You know what I'm saying? Not as frequent as I would like, but every couple months or so, I throw a little something in there. But she has so much more time to accumulate that money. And then when she start making her own dollars, she'll add that in there. But also, she will then be starting a 401k. She will then, you know what I mean, have her savings account. By the time she leaves the house, she got savings and retirement account already in place. So, you know what I'm saying? That's keeping her, that's keeping her, isn't available here. So that's keeping her out of the credit cards. That's keeping her out of the 401k because of the safety blanket. You know what I mean? And at the same time, building up myself to where if she feel like she need a credit card or she blow through the savings, just holler at me. Just holler at me. And that's also community. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to get at this holiday season is use your community for not just elevation of yourself, but elevating each other, right? A family should be the closest thing to you. Some of us we hate our family, we don't get along with them, but the family should be the closest thing to you. Y'all share some of the same y'all kind of look the same a little bit. Y'all kind of act the same a little bit. Y'all spent, you know what I mean, your developmental years together. You know these people inside and out. So you know who's better at what. You know You know what I'm saying? You know who can help in this area better than the other. But community, community, community. We got to teach our kids this holiday season. You know what I mean? And I ain't even really talking about the investing thing. You know what I mean? But one thing that is mandatory that we all experience on a day-to-day basis is transactions with money, right? We make multiple transactions a day. So if we at least understand the basics of the transaction and how to monitor that and how to track that, you know what I'm saying? And we teach our kids like, okay, every so often you go through your past 3 months bank statements and check your behaviors. If you see that you got like 5 streaming services on there, take 2 of them off. You know what I'm saying? Your money is way more important than that one show that you watch on that streaming service. You know what I'm saying? We all got streaming service where it's one show that we paying that $20 a month for. Man, get rid of that thing, man. Get rid of that thing and reinvest those dollars. Or get rid of that thing and invest for your kids. You know what I'm saying? Or get rid of that thing and invest in your, you know what I'm saying, your cousin that can't get off the bottle and he, you know what I'm saying, drinking early in the morning and drinking again at night and drinking in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? Save up that $25 and get your cousin in the rehab. You know what I mean? But when we take a broad aspect and we take a wide look at how we're spending our money, say you don't get the concept of investing or not, but you can put those dollars to better use. You know what I mean? I know we got folks out here that this Christmas you looking at your kids and you want to give them everything they want, but your pockets ain't saying that you could do that. So you gotta look at your kids and be like, oh, well, you gotta make up a story. Like, you remember I told you clean your room 5 months ago? That's why Santa ain't come. Or, if you keep it real with your kids, be like, man, I've been struggling this year, next year, and then next year it's the same story, and next year it's the same story. Like, so as a community, as a participant in the community, what you have to do is build your weaknesses, right? And that's what can make a community stronger. You know what I'm saying? Of course, with community, with family, you can always pick, you know what I'm saying? Whoever has this strength, we use that strength. Whoever has this strength, and you can do that. But then you work on your weaknesses. So now you could team up with the person that's strong on your weakness, sit with them for a little bit, and then you know what I'm saying? There's power in community. There's power in family. There's power in friends. There's power in togetherness. We ain't hating on nobody this year. We not fighting at the dinner table, and we're not going another Thanksgiving or Christmas without talking about money. Money is something that we use. I'm pretty sure you have more transactions a day in your bank account than the amount of times you eat. So if you ask me, money is just as vital in this life as nourishment, as food, because you have more transactions in your bank account than meals that you eat in a day. So it's that important. Whether you care about financial freedom, everybody don't want to be rich, everybody don't like nice stuff or whatever the case is, but just living a life of comfort or less worry. You know what I mean? Free up your time, free up your money, free up, you know what I'm saying? And one of the ways to do that is by talking with your family about your financial plans. And I'm not just talking about, the day-to-day transactions or the business goals or building business credit. A family has to have a financial, you know what I'm saying, a financial plan, period. When mom and dad pass, this is what we got to do with, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, when they pass, we got to get them buried. You know what I'm saying? We got to get them buried. And then once we got them straight, we got to figure out what we're going to do as a family with the life insurance money. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to Vegas with it. We're not celebrating. We just lost our parents. We're not going to Vegas with it. We're not buying a brand new car. You know what I'm saying? How can us and our kids and our grandkids benefit from this lump sum of money? Or it may not be a lump sum. After burying them, there might be most of it. But you know what I'm saying? These are conversations that has to be had with your family. You know what I mean? On a day-to-day basis, y'all winging it with your money. On a month-to-month basis, y'all winging it with your money. Waiting until your parents pass is the last time. It's the wrong time to even have that conversation, because now it's already happened and there's no game plan. Finance is a constant plan, right? If you have tomorrow plan, if you have 6 months plan, if you have retirement plan, if you have death plan, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? But this is what the wealthy people do. And a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, that don't have, you know what I'm saying, that don't have a significant amount of money or whatever. They want to look down on, well, I don't want to talk about death. I don't like it. But this is how the wealthy prepare. You know what I mean? They're self financially. If a car breaks down, if a repair is needed on the house, that was already prepared for before it came. Having money for retirement, that was already prepared for before it came. Their kid's first car, that was already prepared for before it came. A large life insurance lump sum for their family, that was already prepared for before it came. So we got to focus on community this holiday season. And with community, we need to get together and then develop preparation. How are we going to prepare for this next mechanic payment? How are we going to prepare for when the patriarch of our family, you know what I'm saying, our mom or our dad is not here anymore? How are we going to prepare for where we're not here anymore and our kids have to live without us? We got to take these conversations serious, or at least have them. You know what I'm saying? Or at least have them. And don't act like you scared to have money talk with your family. Cause y'all be cracking on each other, and you know what I'm saying. Y'all be talking bad about it soon as bro leave the room. You know what I'm saying. You talk about how trash the potato salad is, so you know that you could bring this up with your family, and that's what we gonna normalize going forward, man. We gonna normalize having these conversations. We gonna normalize planning, and next year y'all gonna sit with your boy again at the table, holiday season, and I'm gonna give y'all some more motivation, but I'm gonna also keep y'all in the loop on financial education. Gonna start coming out with some courses, man. And I'm an overall finance dude. Of course, my specialty is the stock market, building retirement portfolios, and day trading and swing trading. But I know credit, I know real estate, I know, you know what I mean? I know crypto. We could talk about it all, man. And I will talk about it all. If you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're listening to this on the Apple Podcast, y'all catch me next week, man. Happy holidays, y'all.